Alrighty, so this is my review on Final Destination Bloodlines, and I gotta say that, wow, I had a good time watching it. So, basically what happens in this movie is the very beginning is like a flashback to the 1960s, approximately 1968, about Sophia's, or whatever her name is, grandmother, Iris, who predicted everyone from dying, and it's like on a sky view thing, like a skyscraper thing, where it collapsed and like burned and shit. You get to see all that happen. People fall out. The fucking glass roof, well, the glass flooring or ceiling, if you want to call it that. Then after that, you get these new characters, and you get this one uncle or one dad that ends up getting killed by a lawnmower, and it's a pretty gnarly kill. I'm gonna say that. Then everyone thinks the girl Sophia is crazy, but before that happens, she goes to visit her grandmother, which hasn't been out in the fucking thing for 20 years. And as soon as she steps out, she gets killed by her south and north thing right through the fucking mouth. And it's a pretty gnarly kill. A horrible way to go out. Then you get the whole part where Sophia's cousin, I don't know if I pronounced her name right. Her cousin, I need to look it up. Final Destination Bloodlines. I need to know her name in order to understand it. Stephanie. Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie. So Stephanie's cousin ends up getting, well, she kind of predicts it, actually. She ends up getting hit in the head with a fucking basketball, and then she ends up getting put in the garbage thing, and then into the garbage truck thing, and then they try saving her, but it's too late. Stephanie already got her fucking arm, and she dies. Then after that, apparently, the guy that played Grave Encounters 2 is not the guy that actually died. Is not his actual not his father. He has a stepfather. But way before that, well, I think before the sister incident thing happens, or the cousin incident happens, he's literally at the barber tattoo shop, and there's like a whole part where he gets the nose piercing thing, and it's so nasty, and the whole place catches on fire, but he somehow survives, which is really incredible. Then they yeah, so the cousin dies, and after that, they go to the hospital to find the guy that knows how to cheat death, and that is JB John Bloodworth, which is reprised by Tony Todd, which is completely incredible. I like his role in these movies. He can't help them because he's done with it, and he decides to not help them. After that, the guy that's allergic to peanuts, his brother had an idea for the whole EpiPen and shit, and he's gonna roll him down in a little fucking thing, and then there's a whole part where they're in the room, and then there's like this little suction thing. I don't know what it's called, but the other brother, who's not allergic to peanuts, ends up getting sucked to death, and he ends up getting stabbed by the wheelchair, and his body goes in. And then the other brother is dying from an allergic reaction. Meanwhile, before, his brother wouldn't give him the EpiPen, which is a fucking dickhead move. So as soon as the nurse opens the door, you get that little spring thing into his fucking head, which is completely fucking phenomenal and crazy. I gotta say, the CGI and the deaths in this movie are good. I don't know about the CGI, I kind of didn't like it, but fast forward that they figure out the only way to survive this shit is to go into the grandmother's house. Well, the grandmother's house. So they try to go there. Let's just say shit happens. RV ends up tipping over. Her brother and her mother end up going into the house and ends up exploding. You think they died, but they don't. The RV ends up filling with water, Um, okay, let's get to the part. The mother helps the brother, which is her son, before she dies, and she ends up getting fucking crushed by the telephone pole or the power or the transformer thing, and then the brother goes to help her sis, Stephanie, and she ends up drowning, but she doesn't really die, and at the end they figure out that if you drowned and then you brought someone, if they're like unconscious from drowning, they technically didn't die. So that's what happened. And yeah, this whole final part where you see like this little fucking penny thing going to railroad tracks and end up causing the train to turn off, and then the train comes up into the neighborhood thing where they're at, and the fucking train chases them, and it stops, and then there's another part where there's these logs that come out, and they end up killing both this Stephanie and her brother, and then the movie ends. But before that, the same occurrence where she's fixing her brother's suit, and she ends up cutting her finger, like how in the very beginning her grandmother had done the same thing in the Skyview Tower thing, which is pretty crazy. And also the little boy, the little black boy in the very beginning is actually JB, which is wow. I did not know that. That's cool. I like that a lot. And the movie ends after I mentioned the whole train incident. But overall, I really liked this movie. I loved it. It was good. It was a good follow up. Well, I don't know if it's follow up. It was a good reboot because there hasn't been a Final Destination movie since 2011, and I really enjoyed this movie, and I actually felt bad for the characters' deaths because they didn't deserve any of that. Like this is the, I think I don't know if this is the first Final Destination movie where it made you feel bad for the characters' deaths. Probably, I don't know. But overall, if I had to give this movie a rating, man, I give it an 8.5. It was really good. I really liked it. I think it was better than Final Destination 4. Well, 3, 4. I don't know about 5. I really liked 5. But I'll probably have to do a ranking on the Final Destination movies. But yep, that's pretty much about it. And well, next after Scary Movie franchise will be Phantasm. And I'm really looking forward to watching them. But yep, that's pretty much about it. Pretty much about it.